something that could change our future. Meet Shewanella onadensis, so tiny that 2,000 of these microbes lined up would only measure the width of a pinhead. What makes these invisible life forms so extraordinary? They can turn ordinary metal into electricity.
This is where it gets fun. It's kept us busy for 20 years, trying to figure out exactly how it does this.
We take in oxygen and use it to release the energy in our food. The Shewanella uses metals to release the energy in its food. And this has big implications for us in the visible world. The bacteria swim up to a solid metal, such as iron, and transfer electrons to the metal, dissolving it in the process. Kind of like how our cells transfer electrons to molecules of oxygen during respiration. Scientists have discovered that the bacteria's unusual form of breathing generates electricity. And where there's electricity, there's power.
If they're making electricity for themselves, why couldn't they make electricity for us?
So scientists like Ken Nielsen are trying to get these bacteria to do just that by putting them into experimental fuel cells, electrochemical devices which produce electric power.
The Shewanella is absolutely capable of producing electricity in a microbial fuel cell.
Could these tiny bacteria end up producing our electricity in the future? It's a great idea, but the team soon discovered that these bacterial workers were quite fragile.
What we see in the fuel cell is they hardly grow at all.
In the fuel cell, if the process siphons off too much electricity, the tiny organisms have no energy left to reproduce, so they die off.
It's a fine line. We don't want to make it so bad that they just die. We want to balance this system so Shewanella stays alive and grows very slowly, and most of the energy comes off as electricity for us.
It may be a while before we can power our homes and cars with the electricity generated by these invisible power plants. But once scientists learn how to work with bacteria, they believe that the possibilities for microbes in our world are limitless.
The microbe's metabolism is designed to eat almost anything, and it's designed to breathe almost anything. Cobalt and oxygen and really nasty minerals.
And that includes the hazardous metals found at nuclear waste sites. It's a ways off, but scientists believe that one day this microscopic marvel can be put to work eating up toxic waste and releasing it in non-toxic forms.
This tiny microorganism has such potential, and if you think about it, there's so many microorganisms in the soil that we know nothing about. All we have to do is look in our backyard and we're going to find a way to solve many of our current problems.
We might not be able to see this complex community of microbes living in our soil, but it's there. And the creatures that inhabit this invisible world could offer us powerful solutions to many of the issues we face on Earth.
All of our backyards are